So Candace Owens and Morgan Piers get into it on his show when discussing if Trump made the right decision on utilizing the military on Iran's nuclear facilities.
It is not in America's strategic interest. There was no imminent threat. He could have taken this to Congress and he could have allowed the people's representatives to vote on whether or not
but nobody does
it was
that.
in the American people.
No president in living memory has, with almost zero exceptions, has bothered to get congressional pre-approval for military strikes. We know that. You know that.
Yeah, we know that. And that's not okay. By the way, that's not okay. That's
Obama did more strikes than anybody, right?
Yes,
I mean, Obama never asked anybody.
So we all know by now that Candace Owens is able to deep dive into research. So her sitting there and acting like this has never happened under another sitting president is very dishonest of her. And Piers Morgan, who has been a critic of Trump, also mentions here next that he actually agrees from all the research that they've done on why Trump made this decision.
He's not declared war on anybody. What he's done is very specifically target Iran's nuclear capability because of latest reports coming out which said they had taken the enrichment of their uranium stocks from 3.5% to 60%, and that therefore the leap to weaponization was moving at a pace that couldn't be tolerated. I gotta say, I kind of agree.
And what people are seeming to forget, like Candace and others, that Trump has utilized the military before in his last term. He's utilized it on ISIS and their leader, and he also utilized it on Syria when they were engaging in chemical warfare that ended up killing 42 people. Trump has always shown that he was going to be that peaceful president until people give him a reason not to be. Reasons being that if you harm Americans or threaten to harm Americans, or in this instance like Iran when they are stocking up on nuclear materials, when Trump has made it very clear he does not want them to do that. And yet somehow Candace continues to try to make an argument that this was not Trump's decision.
We're very aware that Israel is dictating our foreign policy, and we would now like that to stop.
Okay, but you wouldn't disagree, presumably, that Iran has been the main sponsor of terrorism in the Middle East through the Houthis, through Hezbollah, through Hamas. I mean, that's widely accepted and recognized.
And maybe Trump just recognizes that Iran's government isn't exactly using their nuclear material for humanitarian efforts, especially when they say things like Israel doesn't have the right to exist or chanting death to America.
Iran's regime is not negatively impacting America on a day-to-day basis.
When the leader of Iran says death to America, why doesn't that concern you?
That's a chant. And by the way, I want to be very clear. Why are they chanting death to America? Why are they chanting that? That's kind of a random thing. Like, I don't
because
wake
they
up
want
one day and go
Americans
like,
dead?
But why are they specifically chanting?
Well, let's just ask why. You know what? I don't give a shit on why they say that type of stuff. All I know is that me, my neighbors, and my fellow Americans do not deserve that type of rhetoric. And I don't care what Candace Owens says, there is no way to justify that. Everybody stay safe out there and God bless.